Hello and welcome to episode 20, part 2 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. So continuing on with the guard tower episode, and this of course is part 2. So the very first thing I need to do, so I don't forget, is mention that I had made 2 erroneous statements in the last part. So in the first part to guard towers, I made 2 mistakes, so let's make sure that I now correct myself to yourselves, and I am sorry each time I make a mistake. It's not intentional, obviously. The first mistake, I mentioned how when you get a deed and you get a Spirit Templar, I have never, in all the years I've played Wurm online, ever had a Spirit Templar, and I'll explain my mistake now and why. With deeds, it's an additional option to have Spirit Templars. It's all about the money. You have to pay for them, and they're not cheap, and you can have up to 27 Spirit Templars. Thank you to Rainstorm for pointing this out to me. I always love to correct the mistakes. I have to correct the mistakes. I want you to learn, but not to make mistakes. So let me make them for you. So there we go. You can have up to 27 Spirit Templars when you have a deed, but it will cost you a fortune. Fortunately for you, though, I'm giving you the skills to make a fortune if you decide to play on Wurm in Wurm Online. Okay, the second mistake was about... Well, let's just quickly say this to you, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to add this creature to this creature, and basically that's what I did to my beautiful tower up there. I basically made a big mistake in explaining to you that you can have a fence next to a guard tower. You can have no structure next to a guard tower, it destroys it. And thank you again for Rainstorm reminding me of that. We did experience it in the past, but I had forgotten. So I've messed up my beautiful guard tower. Well, I haven't messed it up. I'm just not going to be able to put a fence there like I wanted to show you. What I should have done was went one tile back further and then made the guard tower. So that explains to you why I've started this part in the pen and not been up there with the tower. Okay, so that's the 2 mistakes I made. Number 1, you can have up to 27 Spirit Templars with a deed, but you have to pay for them. Each one additionally an extra cost, and they're not cheap. I'm not going to guess how much they are. I've never used them because I've always had my beautiful guard tower. So why did I need them? And once I got strong enough, I didn't even need the guard tower, and as you will. Okay, and the second mistake was, of course, you have to build your guard tower at least 2 tiles away, I'd recommend, from any structure. Otherwise you won't be able to build the structure next to it, because the guard tower will destroy that structure. So I hope that's now all clear and clarified to you all. Okay, I want to thank the Nagarian for some questions that he asked. Fantastic questions. Question 1 was about, if I go over here and show you, about step tiles. I mistakenly said about planting grass and it gives you a step tile. Creatures can graze on step tiles, so if I put leader creature onto this tile, it can eat. It will eat the step, and it will pack it eventually if there's too many creatures on it. So that answers your first question. And the second question is the brilliant, even better, is brilliant, which was about chickens. And I didn't actually mention chickens and breeding them because I don't usually go there. But now I have an ideal opportunity to quickly answer it for you. Chickens are like no other creature in Wurm when it comes to reproduction. What you do is you plonk Mr. Rooster down in your pen and you put chickens near him. Okay, you put chickens near him. You do not breed chickens and you do not breed the rooster. What happens is the chickens, after a while, will start to lay eggs. Can you all see that egg? I hope you can. They are tiny little white eggs. Now, if you've got a grass tile, it's going to be very difficult to see them. But as you can now appreciate, because this is farmland, you can clearly see an egg. That is what this one chicken that I've put in the pen has laid. And I tell you something, in Wurm Online it took us weeks before we noticed an egg. In Wurm Unlimited it's taken less than 24 hours because I only put the chicken in this pen yesterday. So as you can see, that's how you reproduce the chickens, and I'm positive it must be for the roosters as well. If I'm wrong, I will let you know, but as far as I'm aware, that's how you get your chickens and your roosters. We will see when it hatches, I can let you know. So there we go, we will grow together just like that little egg. It will hatch eventually and have a little cute little animal. Okay, next I want to thank Matthew. I just want to answer your question. So you did the classic, what I have done many times before, and I hate it every time. That is when you create an item by mistake. Like Matthew made a forge by mistake. I'm afraid, Matthew, your two choices with that is one, you have to wait for it to rot, or two, use a maul to destroy it. You can, remember, drag it away to some hole you've dug and just leave it there, but it will take it a little while to drag it. But you can do that, or you can just leave it to rot. It will rot eventually. Okay, so that I hope answers your questions that you asked. I have replied to them in the comments. I am trying to be good. So there we go. Right, okay, let's go up to my beautiful, wonderful guard tower, which after all is what this episode part is supposed to be about. Forgive me my ramblings. Okay. So up here we was building the guard tower, and as you could see I had a tremendous task ahead of me, which you'll be glad to know I am not far off of completing, but I did, like everything else, want to show you the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. How beautiful is that bit of scripture? But I'm not going to go there because then I truly am straying. Perhaps one day. Perhaps one day you will indulge me and let me waffle a little about something else that I wish to waffle about. But for now it's important I stay focused. Okay, so I'm not just going to sit here or let you just sit there idly while I do all the work. I'm going to throw a question at you. And it's a very good question. I have a very good reason for wanting to engage you with this, and you will appreciate this very much, I can assure you. Let's open my bulk storage bin and illuminate you as to what I'm waffling about. Okay, I shall grab my 4 bricks and I shall get close to the guard tower and I shall add it to the crafting window, and you will see I need 5 bricks to finish my beautiful guard tower. So you're saying to yourself right at this moment, why Gamester, you old lunatic, you fool, have you only then got 4 bricks? You've set yourself right up to be made yet again a complete idiot. Well, my dear viewers, actually I have not. I'm going to show you something very, very important. I have been asked a question on it in the past. I didn't have the opportunity to answer it because it didn't present itself to me, the opportunity, but now it has. So, sorry for the waffle. Let's do these 4 bricks and show you what I'm waffling about. Okay, so won't take long. Let's get them all put in. My question is, why have I only got 4 bricks when I clearly needed 5? Okay, now I've got 3, but I need 4. So why have I only got 3 when I need 4? I shall answer it once these bricks are finished adding, so that's given you an opportunity to think about this, pause the video and answer it. Okay, here's the answer why I have 1 brick left. At the beginning of the first part to this episode, I showed you something beautiful. It was this. Let's move this so you can see. It was a glowing item. You will see these glowing items and they look absolutely lovely. You will see them as you... They are very rare, I kid you not. it will be perhaps a long time before you see one. I've been playing Wurm for 95 hours according to my Steam account, and that's how long it's taken to see my first rare item. Okay, but let's get back to being relevant. This rare supreme brick has a chance to make this. Oh, and how wonderful that could be if I could show you this. That really would be the icing on the cake to my tower episode. I do not believe I'm going to be that fortunate or lucky though to be able to show you this, but at least I can show you me trying. Okay, to make a rare item is a rare thing indeed, especially in Wurm, as you all now appreciate after watching my videos. Whenever you get a rare item, and the person that asked the question in the past, they'd got a rare dirt. The answer to that rare dirt was you would use that rare dirt as the last item, the last component you add to a coal pile. It then makes that a chance that you will make a rare coal pile and thereby get rare items from that coal pile that you can then do the same as what I'm about to do here. Because this is the very last brick that I'm adding to my guard tower, and because it is rare, there is a chance that when I add this, my tower will become rare. And as I told you, if this is a rare tower, not only will it look absolutely beautiful and shimmer and glow like a rare item, it will also give me an extra guard. So please all put your fingers, cross all your fingers for me and your toes, and let's see if I can actually show you in the video making a rare tower. I truly hope so. It'll be beautiful. Let's see. There's the glow. Let's have a look. Did you hear the drum roll? That's what you get when you try to create a rare item. Sadly, we did not create a rare tower. But that's also, I mean, it would have been fantastic to show you a rare tower. It really would have done. But, whoops, I'm falling down the hill. But that's now a beautiful thing that you can try and do. Because this is not the last guard tower I'm going to be building. Oh no. We're going to be moving at some point where I haven't messed up my guard tower. Or as I said earlier, it up. So, excuse me. That would have been fabulous to show you a rare tower. Because it all glitters and glows. It just looks so amazingly awesome. But you're going to have the opportunity to do that. And if you do, I want you to share it with all of us. If you are fortunate enough to make a rare guard tower, I so want you to show us it. You see down here I had a moment of inspiration, and even though I was successful at adding that brick, it still didn't make it rare. You know, it is a rare thing to happen. So it's not going to happen all the time. So it speaks for itself really. When it does happen, it's beautiful. All is not lost. Do not think all is not lost. If I now continue improving this guard tower, there is still a chance to make it a rare guard tower. If I keep on improving it over the days, the weeks, the months, eventually, no doubt, that will become a rare guard tower. And if I do get there, I will show you it all. Of course I will. So there we are. That is our beautiful guard tower. You see it's sat just outside the mine. It's now going to protect all the area around us. Remember the few important tips though that I said. An animal has to be within 20 tiles of the tower for a guard to attack it. You can call the guards from within 80 tiles of the tower, but the creature has to be within 20. So if we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Brainstorm's been busy. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My enclosure's only 13 tiles away, so if I run in here to hide and cower like a weakling, which I am, because there's a monster out there, I only need to call my guards. So let's then point that out, because that was a very, very important, that was probably one of the most important things I should have mentioned in that first part. but I realised that I wanted to mention it after the tower was completed. How do you get the guards to help you? It's all well and good having a guard tower, but if you don't know how to call them, how to get them to help you, they're going to laugh at you while you get killed by a creature. And we don't want that, do we? The guards are supposed to be here to help us, not ridicule us. So there we go. Okay, the way you get your guards to help you, if there's an aggressive monster, guards will only help with aggressive monsters. They will not attack peaceful monsters. If you attack a chicken and it pecks you in your privates, a guard isn't going to help you. So run from that chicken. Okay, how you call a guard on an aggressive monster is you either type, let's expand this, down here where your chat window is, in the local, because that's where your guards will be. In here you type either help. See over here it says no guards seem to respond to your call because none have spawned yet. When you've built your guard tower, it will take a certain amount of time before the guards slowly start spawning. Because I've only just finished it, no guards have spawned yet. But we'll go and take a look in a minute and I'll explain. So you can either type help, or you can type guards. Oops, guards. So you can either type help or guards. Okay, that's strange that it didn't say nothing in the chat, in the action window. Let's just try guard. Okay. Let's try this. If it don't work, it don't matter, just stick with help. That's what I've always done, always. Oh, there we are. Sorry, there we go. Nearly made another mistake. You have to type guards with an exclamation mark. You all know that exclamation mark. That's how I'm left feeling most of my life. Okay, but notice over here, no guards seem to respond to your call. So we now know that it's either help or guards with an you know what you're going to type. You're going to type help because there's only 4 characters, and if you've got a bear chewing on your behind, you're going to want to get help quick as you can, not sit there trying to work out where this is, for goodness sake. So there we go, point gotten across rather nicely, I do believe, even in my rambling ravings like a lunatic. Okay, here we go, let's carry on. So I've just finished this marvellous structure. I know it takes a long time, I know it's a lot of work, alright, I know that, but it's so worth it. Just trust me on that. It's a beautiful thing, it really is, because we're going to make some really huge mines, and there's going to be some really nasty creatures spawning in there, and it's going to take a while before you get strong enough or brave enough to fight them. So as all as you have to do, if you're in your mine and a nasty creature, suddenly you hear it coming and you hear it and you see it coming, but you don't actually see it. You'll understand when you see one of the creatures I'm talking about eventually. But you know it's there and you know it's coming for you. You just run back to your entrance because you haven't got a mine door on it, so the night sky out, the daylight will shine in and you'll see your mine entrance from a distance off and it'll be very easy to find. You run out next to it and you type in help, and your guards will then, 2 of them will go to the monster creature. And remember, if it's a really nasty strong creature, you will type help again to call 2 more guards if you have them, and help again to call the final guard if you only have 5. If you have a rare tower, then you'd obviously be calling them extra 2 guards. So I believe now I've made it perfectly clear why you have your guard tower where you do on your settlement. Okay, as you can see here, we've got it pretty much in the middle of things, but because it's up to 20 tiles away you can be the creature, it's plenty, so it's fantastic. It's all good, it really is all good, just like I say. Right, now, so I think that really is all I'm going to say. I'm going to now switch to the beautiful, wonderful Wurmpedia, because it is an invaluable, excellent resource for anything that you need to know more information about after hearing my ramblings. So I'm going to quickly read through, because no doubt there is some very important things I've missed. First, I'm going to read the description to you. I hope you don't mind me doing this, but it's only for the sake. These episodes are for later instructional purposes. So by all means watch them, but they're for you to fall back on in the future. Okay, so reading from Wurmpedia's description. Guard Tower is used for defensive purposes. It also increases kingdom influence. Depending on the alliance... So this is talking about the other servers, not our server, which we're playing in creative mode. Depending on the alliance, loyalty to a particular kingdom of the player who started building the tower. It also spawns tower guards, who are hostile to enemy kingdoms and aggressive animals. They do not, however, attack enemy guards from the same town during a PMK switch. Over and not when called on when others... Oh, look at that. That's just totally threw me from what I was reading. But look at that. Do you see that? I love it when that happens. Whilst I'm making the video, it just happens. There is one of our guards. Now, I don't know the quality level. I think it's up to 10. You only get one guard. I won't get another guard until I get to 20. So I need to correct that, what I said in the first episode. I believe I was mistaken with that, because I worked out if you only get a maximum of 50 guards, and that's at 50, then you get a guard at every 10 quality level. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. So until this guard tower gets to quality level 20, I will only have one guard. When it gets to quality level 20, I will have another guard. And please don't another guard suddenly spawn. Oh well, I'm used to it happening by now, so here we go. Okay, so reading on from Wurmpedia, I'm going to skip the crafting, because I've shown you how to do that. You should be in no doubt as to how you can build that tower. You know exactly how to build it. It will just take a little time. That's all. Okay. Reading on. Destroying. Guard towers can be destroyed with a weapon such as a large maul. So I've told you about that, and I've told you about catapults having no effect. You may only destroy your own kingdom's towers if they are made by you or are located on your settlement. So I think I'm going to skip over most of this, because it's not applying to our particular server. I'll quickly read the range and responses. I have mentioned it, but to re-emphasise. Tower guards attack players of an enemy kingdom automatically. They will not, however, automatically hunt other hostile creatures within their range. Very important to realise that. You have to shout help. You have to type help down here like I showed you. In this bottom corner, you have to type in help. Carrying on from Wurmpedia. The text to call the guards must be typed in lowercase letters to work, so don't do it in caps. A guard tower that is on a deed will also attack KOS players, assisting any Templar spirits that the deed may have. So there's something that I mentioned. Okay, I jumped a little bit of that. So it says, I'm going to read the bit again. This will not, however, automatically hunt. They will not automatically hunt hostile creatures in their range, rather they will only do so in order to do so by a player. This can be done by saying either help or guards, as I've told you, in local chat within range of a guard tower, after which the guards will attack your current target. The text to call the guards must be typed in lowercase. So there we are. That is job done on that. And then lastly, the last three things under note. 2 guards respond per turn, but you can call more than 10 seconds later. So after you've typed in help to call the guards, you have to wait 10 seconds before you can retype in help. Thank you so much, Wurmpedia, for reminding me, because I'd forgotten to tell you that. So there you are. You have to have a 10-second gap between your calls of help. So in between you're running like a panicked psych maniac away from the creature, you have to wait 10 seconds, okay? Try to bear that in mind. I know it'll be difficult while you're panicking and running. I've done it often enough. Okay, next in the notes, guards will respond to help call if the creature is within 20 tiles of the guard tower, not the guards. Told you about that already. The monster needs to be within 20 tiles of the tower, but you can call the guards as long as you're in local range of the tower by 80 tiles. I've already explained that, but it was very quick. There we are. I hope you've enjoyed these two episodes on the guard tower. They did deserve it. There really was no way I was going to make this a single episode. This is one of my favourite items in the game to make because they're just so fantastic in helping you. You know, like, now I've got this guy around. Alright, he's not much at the moment until I can improve my guard tower. Well, he's a world more than I've got. And if you're playing Wurm Online, he isn't costing me money. So that's not a revenue that you have to worry about getting each week. He's free. Well, not free because you had to build it, but that is your reward standing right there for all this hard work, for all them days, hours you've spent making it. Right there is your glorious reward, and it's truly symbolic to all the rewards that Wurm blesses you with. So thank you for joining me. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.